Greetings all, Vanna here checking in. Yep, well that kind of explains a lot. So some people may have noticed a gap in my uploads. I was very overwhelmed with a lot of the energies and personal things going on around me. And I love that the cards are speaking so much to what I was getting into talking to you guys about, which was the triggers and things that have been coming up in the collective with all of this energy. So many of us are being triggered on trauma points, on PTSD, on vices and crutches. Trust in the invisible and healing came out in reverse, with healing the wounds also in reverse. I have been listening heavily to St. Finnegan's Inner Work album, which I highly recommend you listen to. Almost every single song on there has stopped and spoken to me at a different point of something that I have been working on. But there was one line specifically that is reminding me of these triggers, and it goes something along the lines of, if you reject the trauma, you can't recognize the problem, or something to the effect of that. But basically, if you continuously reject and suppress these wounds, these hurts, they will only keep coming back stronger until you look at them, until you go through that uncomfortable period of being without that vice, of being in the awareness and acknowledgement of that hurt, of whatever it is that is being triggered right now, whatever wound, innocence, the innocence that was lost, and how that changes how you've seen the world. There's been a lot going around in my feed and media about shame, and Spirit uses my algorithm to talk to me. And one thing that I have heard and definitely understood is that shame is the lowest vibration. It is the worst energy that you can be in. And as I was smudging my room and myself getting ready to do this, I understand why. Thank you for the porcupine of boundaries being on the bottom of the deck here as a soft little message. But I understand why shame is the lowest vibration of energy. It is because either someone else or yourself is directing an action that you took as not just wrong, but something that was punishable. And our actions have an energetic connection to us. They have a seed of our identity. That's why we take such personal hit when someone criticizes our work or what we did, and we feel reverence when we are praised. It's because of the positive or negative energy that is being directed to us and our action. And so shame is the lowest vibration because it directs so much negativity and obsession towards the action. Like, it wasn't just bad. It wasn't just something you shouldn't have done. It was something that you need to be reminded again and again and again you should not do. And that instills this cycle of self-blame that so often happens with victims, is that they were the reason that it happened, that they were the perpetrator, that they somehow did something wrong to cause this situation to happen. I don't know the situation, but I can say is that you did not deserve what happened to you. Spirit, what is this triggering? Or what has this trigger brought up? What has it brought to the surface? Ease and extraordinary. It is easy for me to receive. It is easy for me to receive. It is easy for me to receive. There's a wild impetus uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Surrender. Yeah. So, as I've understood myself, One of the hardest things to do when these triggers come up is sitting in that energy of acknowledging that and then releasing it, surrendering to it, because for whatever reason, our brains associate our identity with our trauma, with what it is that we have been through. People ask, who are you? What is the first thing you tell them? So many people say their jobs. So many people mention their marital status or their parental status. It's always something that lies externally, outside of themselves. And then if we do say something about ourselves, it is so often negative. We identify and say that we are our trauma. We are the horrible things that have happened to us. 555, my love. They're trying to clear you out from that. Your ancestors, your star angels, the people that have loved you, that have walked beside you as you've gone through that. And I understand the bitter resentment that you could feel, and deservedly so. Your ego has a right to react to them painfully when someone just says a generic term of, oh, your angels walk beside you, but it's true. And everyone has to reach a point of their own understanding. Yeah, magic, alchemy in reverse. They are trying to guide you to learn how to alchemize your pain, to turn it into something else. But to turn it into something else, you first have to know what you're working with. You're going to get a very different reaction if you mix water with potassium than you would with nitrogen. You would get a very different reaction. You need to know what you're working with before you start transmuting things. I have a pressure in my third eye right here. You might have several clair gifts start coming online, such as clairaudience, clairsentience. I have a podcast coming out soon with a friend of mine where we talk about things like this. And we teach you from our own experiences how we alchemize, what those feelings feel like. I can speak for myself. Yep, you're going through a serious transformation right now. This is what they're trying to guide you to and through. They want you to get through this. You'll beat the storm. Compassion and reassess in reverse. Connect and ask for help. Why do you not feel like you deserve help? Why do you not feel like you will receive the compassion that you deserve when you reach out? Understandably, it is a lot harder. I try not to say absolutes because everything is different for everyone. For myself, it's a lot harder to reach out and seek acceptance and peace from third dimensional people, like real world people, material world people. It is harder for me to reach out and receive compassion from them. So when I need help, I so often will go to spirit. But again, that's because I have built almost 2 decades of trust with them. And everyone is going to start somewhere else. You're being asked to connect to people and give them a chance. Look at all the hands that are here for you. They want to give you something that you have been asking for. Be that love, guidance, opportunity, or a way out. I feel that way out. But first, you guys have to acknowledge what hurt you have. You have to see where it is you've been trapped here, because otherwise it will continue to pull you back down to this place. These triggers will continue to come up and drag you back down until you learn that you are strong enough to move on without them, that you are enough, that you are deserving. I love you so very much. And if I'm the first person to say that to you, I'll say it again. I love you, and I'm proud of you.